Overwatch 2. Overwatch 2 found a bug that it was ranking people too low. Shocker. Hello, folks. Welcome back to Gaming Sagacity, Episode 2. My name is Michael, a.k.a. Freakweasel.
And I'm Brandon, aka ReconviperTV.
All right, Brandon, you ready?
I guess so.
We're gonna get this done. Nice little kitty cat. I didn't see that little kitty cat right there.
They can barely see it.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
they saw the
Hell
ear.
yeah. Um, Welcome back to Gaming Sagacity, the gaming news slash uh thoughts and opinions slash stories slash whatever the hell else we're gonna talk about.
Yeah,
That's how I'm feeling
just
right now.
whatever.
Just whatever. Um, but not limited to getting to know us. 1 through 3. Come on, we know
One
this
through
game.
three. We're doing the same game.
It's always gonna be the same game.
I'm
One
gonna
through
go
three.
with I'm gonna go with 3 this time.
3. That was actually a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you saving the other 2 when I pick one for the next time? Oh, it's like a
I'm
whole
literally
new
rotating
3.
through. Yeah, it's a whole new 3. What's a good game quote from a video game?
Why? My memory is shot, man. I don't know. I don't even remember.
Well, that's what you get for being 25,
I'm not
27,
25.
28, 29, 100?
27.
Man, yeah, you're 100 to me.
You're 100. Um.
A good game quote. I mean, you could go with iconic Duke Nukem, where it's
Would you yell at me if I said I've never played Duke Nukem?
no, I've never played Duke Nukem either, but I still
Oh,
know the quote.
you know what's the quote?
The quote is what it's time to kick ass and chew bubblegum. All
Oh
that
yeah,
bubblegum.
I've seen that. What would we do without YouTube?
Oh, 100%, 100%. Good quote for me personally. Is going to be when I was thinking about it. It was when it was. I guess it's not. It's a quote when um Captain Price is talking to Ghost over the intercom, and Ghost just got shot by General Shepard. Spoilers.
You know, that's really funny because I was trying to remember this quote, and I was like, I was gonna go with this, but I honestly I just don't remember what he says.
General, it's like pleasure doing business or something like that, and
Mm,
or it's like, oh, it's strictly business, and he goes like,
yeah.
oh my god. That's also I think that was the very first time that I like sat there and I was like it actually hit me, like a video game actually hit me emotionally. I was like, no, not Ghost, please, not Ghost. He doesn't even say anything,
Yeah.
motherfuckers. It's like Riley in in Call of Duty Ghost.
Riley?
Yeah, nothing happens to Riley, but
Maybe
it's like
I think I played a little bit of
the
Ghost. I don't.
dog.
Oh, okay.
Like if anything happened to the dog, I'm just gonna quit the game.
Yeah.
I don't remember actually if anything did happen to the dog. Something might have happened to the dog. Come on, give me a game quote.
I don't, bro. I seriously don't remember.
Nothing from World of Warcraft.
Nothing. Oh shit.
No.
Oh, maybe the dwarf
I,
joke, the silly quotes from dwarves.
what's one of them? Give me a joke.
Um, I like my beer like I like my women, short and stout,
Yeah.
or something like that. That's a really good one.
Some good game quotes. They had another one on there. What was it? It was oh, it was what is the underrated game people should play?
Underrated game people should play.
What's the one underrated game that you think people should play if they haven't already?
What do you think? We'll come back. We'll come back to me because sometimes when you talk, you spark my memory.
I would say, and the most underrated game someone could play if they were young, Stardew Valley. That's a very underrated game that it was highly rated, but it was some people are like, I just can't get into it because it's so slow, or I can't get into it because it's yeah, it's like you can't get into it. You can't get into it. If you're a little bit older, an underrated game I would say that you could play would probably be Killzone. I definitely got.
I do remember Killzone.
I like Killzone. Killzone was a really good game for being how
I
it
remember
was.
when
It was
that game first came out, and all the Call of Duty people that were playing MW2 at the time were like, Killzone. But there were just people that were like, yeah, it's a really good game, but because COD nerds are like that's all they do is play COD.
base COD. Yeah,
Yeah,
things haven't really changed that much.
not really.
Call of
More or
Duty is
less.
still
I think there's a
Call
lot
of
of
Duty
people
nerds are
that
still Call
are
of Duty nerds.
like me, where like they enjoy it for like a week or two, and then they put it down for the rest of the time, or maybe pick up back up once in a while, but for very short bursts.
Um, I believe Call of Duty is going to be, or Modern Warfare 2 is going to be amazing for me personally.
Yeah,
Um, yeah,
why is
but
that?
we'll talk about
Oh,
that a little
okay,
bit later.
okay, okay, okay.
Well, what I'm trying to figure out right now is what the hell your most underrated game people should play is.
It's hard because I play overrated games.
You don't play any
um,
like indie
I'm trying
game
to
that someone
think.
should,
I'm trying to think of like PlayStation games back in the day that were pretty underrated that were great.
Lord of the Rings games.
I think those were pretty properly rated, honestly. Like they weren't like super great games, but they satisfied people who
The
wanted a game
urge.
based on Lord of the Rings, yeah. Because like even though Lord of the Rings is huge, there actually isn't a lot of people like comparatively to like Call of Duty, right?
Oh no, yeah.
You know. Um ooh, you know what was an underrated game that because PlayStation never had like a really good properly co-op campaign game like Halo. You know what a game that my dad and I always used to play because we never had an Xbox? Time Splitters.
The hell is that?
No, you never played Time
No,
Splitters?
no. See, I
It
didn't have
was
anybody to play video games with.
oh god. Uh it was like one of the only co-op FPS games that you could play like campaign.
Okay,
Like there were a lot of like co-op games that you could play, but it was never the campaign. It was always like shoot bots like Call of Duty, you know?
okay.
Time
I
Splitters you
like
could
shooting.
actually go through the entire story as a with a partner.
I like shooting bots on Call of Duty. That's what I think we talked about that last episode.
Well, if you
That
never
I
had
would,
anybody to play with, it makes a lot of sense.
I well, I wouldn't even shoot bots. Like I would sit there on Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare 2 didn't have any bots, and it was I would have two controllers. And in Modern Warfare 2, when you play split screen, you would level up as if it was um, multiplayer. So you start at level 1 and you would work your way up, and it would depend on what profile you're on and all that jazz. So what I would do is I would go on Dome, which was the lowest or the littlest map. I would
CQB,
go, huh?
best CQ or not best, but one of the like more CQB close quarter combat.
Yeah, I would go on that map, and I would start on one end, and I would run to the opposite end. I mean, the settings were search and destroy, unlimited time, unlimited search and destroy, unlimited lives, unlimited time. Yeah, that's how you would get the most amount of experience.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would just sit there and shoot the other controller in the head so that way my profile I had gold guns on all guns, but only on split screen. That's how lonely I was.
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I had yeah, I didn't have anybody to play with.
I got a question for you.
Huh.
When you were in, well, it's probably a lot different because the generation gap between you and me, but what kind of screen did you play on, like middle school to high school?
Like
Like what kind
like
of like
TV?
display? Yeah,
I had a Vizio, I forget, 28 inch, 20 30
like a
inch.
flat screen.
Yes? I want to say so, yeah.
The screen was not curved.
No.
Okay, so from how old was I? I started watching movies on this thing when I was six, five, six.
Okay.
I had this thing for a long time. I had a Panasonic, like little, I would say probably like 12-inch TV,
Yeah.
completely square, that had
Yeah.
a VHS in it. I used to watch like Top Gun VHS tapes and like all the
Yeah.
Disney movies when I was growing up. I played on that all the way through sophomore year in high school. I didn't get my first flat screen TV. I had a laptop that was, that had a better display than my
Yeah.
TV. Um but yeah, I played on like console games on that until sophomore, no, junior year high school. I got my first flat screen Vizio, like 32-inch for 40-inch TV in junior year of high school.
Yeah.
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 I used to
I
play I used to play multiplayer Call of Duty on a 12-inch Panasonic TV.
was that the ones that would like you turn on and be like,
They had like the noise.
yeah, the noise.
Yeah.
Fuck that, bro.
And then you
That
got
was
like the blue for like input, does like input displayed but no input or something like that. I can't remember exactly what the blue screen was, but
how I used to do how I used to record really old YouTube videos. If you look back on my channel, was I would get a box and I would prop books on each end of my phone, and I would record the TV I played on like this, and then when I was done, like you'd be like, "All right, bye, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye." And I click it, and just be like Call of Duty. It was Black Ops 1 days, and you used to, you had the studio mode or whatever that you would change. You would be able to like rewatch clips or whatever or matches. And so that's what I used to do. I used to just play matches and voice over them to the side of the camera.
oh my
That was
gosh.
that was always fun. That was always a blast.
So in my first 2 years of high school, freshman, sophomore, before we moved to Montana, I don't know if I'd ever told you this, but I we owned a house that had a like huge garage with a loft, and the loft was my bedroom. But it wasn't a bedroom at first. It was just a loft. Like
Yeah,
everything was like, it was a pole building basically. So it was just wood,
yeah.
and I framed everything. I did all the electrical, framing and drywall, and like
Okay,
painted it. And so I made it in my room, and I set it up to where it had surround sound. So I had like a full surround sound PS3 with Call of Duty 4 on a little 12-inch
Jesus
Panasonic. I even like we moved away before it happened, but I even had like a spot for the flat screen that I was going to get, and then we moved, but I was still playing on the
fucking
little
sucks.
12-inch. I remember we were at a football game. The track was like literally right next to our house, and I'd bring friends over, and my dad's up there playing Call of Duty on the surround sound. You could hear it like as soon as he entered the garage.
Brandon, what is that? Oh,
It
don't
was
worry, it's just
funny.
my
I
dad.
I came up, showed my friends my room. I had dude, the room was so cool. It was like a cave almost. It was like dark walls, blackout curtains, surround sound, but I had like LED F16s on the wall and stuff that would light up.
Could you like hear it throughout the whole house, the surround sound?
Well, I was in the garage. But yeah,
Oh.
the garage was like detached. It wasn't a
Oh, it
part of
was
the house.
detached.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
It was like a its own metal building.
Damn.
Yeah, dude.
Damn.
I have pictures. I could show you. It was for our freshman sophomore year. It was
Oh yeah,
awesome.
for freshman and sophomore year, that's probably the best room you've ever had.
Yeah, it was just even more awesome because I like received proficiency awards from high school because I entered it into a contest and stuff, and I won like
What the?
the project for the room, like putting it together, framing it, electrical and everything.
Oh, that was like, was it part of a project you were doing, or
Myself, but yeah, like they had like a, I think it might have even been for FFA maybe.
a good old FFA?
Yeah, it was a proficiency award.
Did you ever do what as a child? Did you ever do Boy Scouts and like stuff like that, or no?
I was heavily into Boy Scouts.
I can see that.
I literally my because the kids on the way, my parents brought up two like time capsules and all of it's full of my scout stuff and I almost made it
Hey,
to Eagle, but uh, that's a whole story. I literally had like my Eagle project done and everything was signed off, but I was missing two merit badges that were required. And
what were they?
because
Help a old lady across the street?
no, they were
Popcorn sales.
two. So it was, I think, with personal fitness and personal finance. And the only reason what I didn't get like them done was because part of the what? What's so funny?
What was the what was the requirement?
Well, part of the merit badge was you have to complete 3 months of like documented progress. Like you have to track progress for 3 months. And I got that stuff done like 3 years before at a different troop because we moved around so much,
Okay.
and my troop wouldn't honor it. And
Okay. I have
the thing is
so many things wrong with what you just said.
okay. And the thing
So
with hold on, before I the reason why it
yeah.
didn't happen was because with Eagle you have to get it before you turn 18 or something like that.
Mhm.
I can't remember the rule, and it might have been changed. I don't know, but I was in the middle of completing senior year in high school, so I was busy with all that stuff and going to college. So I had my Eagle Scout project done. Everything was signed off for that from because you have to get signed off like the higher up, like above your troop
Yeah.
to get your Eagle.
The regional manager of
Yeah,
Boy
pretty
Scouts.
much. Um, and all I was waiting on was the sign off for the merit badges, but my troop literally wouldn't honor it at the time. It was the stupidest
So
thing ever.
so you needed 3 months worth of progress for the fitness one, right?
Yeah,
So progress as in like you losing
not
weight, or
not
progress as in
not
just what
progress,
you were
just
doing?
3 months of tracked time of like managing finances and fitness.
So that's fucking stupid.
Yes. How do you think I feel?
What was the
Honestly,
second one? It was fitness and what?
finances. Like honestly, I could have just changed the dates on the documents. I probably would have been fine.
But
Oh,
it
I
was
remember what it was. This troop I was in Montana,
okay.
um, they
It wasn't
have
actually a
like
troop. It was just like
those merit badges they did for the young kids. Like they got it done like as soon as they went from Cub Scouts to Boy Scouts, or as soon as they entered the troop, and they put them into a class, like a
so they
class in.
basically told you you didn't learn anything.
No. It was like something like they do it at the beginning of the year, and it was already like what, May, June, because I was graduating,
Yeah.
right? And I would have had to wait until after my birthday to do the class or something like that. It was so bizarre and stupid that my scoutmaster wasn't like, you already did the work. You just have to sign. I literally, all they had to do was sign off the paperwork, and they wouldn't do it.
Dude.
Not that it really would have mattered. It was just kind of like a personal goal, like that I had
Well,
when I was
yeah,
younger.
but
Because like all the eagle really does is it kind of gives you a little bit of a bragging right as an adult, and or like it also gave you a couple of ranks above if you went in the military. Like you instead of starting like at an E1, you go to like E3. What? What's so funny? it's
bragging
it's
rights as an adult. I just see somebody at a bar just be like, "Yo, bro, what
I'm
were
an Eagle
you in
Scout.
Boy Scouts?"
It doesn't even mean anything anymore
Hey,
because it's not
Eagle
even
Scout,
Boy
bro.
Scouts
I
anymore.
don't want any problems with you, dog.
Yeah,
I don't want. Hey, I don't.
it's
We
not
good?
like that. It's
We
not like
good?
that.
I know it's not like that, but
I
I
guess
think
you
there's
were
some.
never
That's
in
why I was
Scouts,
laughing.
huh?
Me, no. Or
Yeah.
I was for like a week.
That's actually kind of normal.
Scouts honor.
It's easily made fun of if you weren't involved as a kid.
What is it? Two fingers, three fingers?
See, a lot of people had church, and my parents never really like got involved with church a lot, or never got us involved with church. I had scouts, and that's where I learned all my morals and like how to carry myself through life.
I taught myself my morals. I have really good morals. Says the man that said that he would become a Death Eater and do the unspeakable.
It's really weird how I ended up there. But what's your next topic?
Overwatch 2 found a bug that it was ranking people too low. Shocker. And
Mm,
found they said they found said bug, except for
they
basically
haven't done anything yet, though, right? Or did they do it
except
today?
for doing anything about it. They said that they were going to boost up the brackets um to counteract the bug. So except for
What do
trying to
they
take the
mean by
bug,
that?
they basically are going to allow you. They're basically gonna sit there and go, "Hey, we're gonna give you a little extra if you win."
Oh, that's right, because they were rewarding people for performance, not necessarily win loss.
Exactly.
Yeah, that I saw
So
that implemented.
so they yeah, so they basically slap a band-aid on the bug and call it a day.
That's a
That's
trend, man.
welcome Blizzard.
That's the popular thing to do now. Let's just
Yeah, don't
band-aid
you know?
it. It'll go
Speaking
away
of
eventually.
yeah, speaking about band-aiding things, Modern Warfare 2, we're gonna start on this subject. They are implementing that phone numbers are required to play any type of online, whether it's multiplayer, Warzone 2, Spec Ops, whatever.
I already had that done before,
Yeah,
way before this was announced, so it doesn't even matter to me.
it doesn't matter, but it's gonna be really fun for, the cheaters to implement a
Yeah.
new
What makes it really
phone number.
interesting is that they say that it's you have to have a carrier, like it's not like a prepaid, like you can't
Yeah,
go spoof a number,
pretty much.
or supposedly they can't. So it'll be really interesting to see A, if it works, B, what they have to do to detect whether it's a carrier number or not.
Like, as in,
Well, think about it. They would, in order for them to know that it's from a carrier, they literally have to be in like third party service or whatever to the carrier
with
itself.
Verizon or AT&T or
Hmm.
something. That would be
And
interesting.
that's a security risk in
Oh, that's a
some
major security
ways.
risk.
So I don't know.
Hey, do
It's
you
really
have the
interesting.
phone number of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on your thing? Oh, let me see. Nope. Hmm. Interesting. Maybe we can call that number and we can scam him to millions.
I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
I know. I'll be interested once that actually reaches final form. Um, but there's things that I think is going to be really exciting that I'm going to replay the shit out of. Uh, Starting with Spec Ops. Spec Ops.
I heard about that yesterday. What what
I'm
what it what
deeply excited.
does that do? Is that like
So
the
there's
bots?
three different modes.
Okay.
Three, yeah. It's basically co-op. Um, it's three different modes. It is bad situation, vehicle escape, and observation defense, which is, if you remember from Black Ops 3,
I never
there
played
was
Black
like,
Ops 3.
oh, you're sorry, not Black Ops 3, Modern Warfare 3.
Kinda.
There was a horde mode
I do remember Horde mode.
that was basically you could buy kill streaks and stuff. That's what observation defense is.
Okay.
It is a love letter to
So
fans of
it's
survival
more like an
modes.
offline mode,
You
or
can play it
is
with friends or you can play it by yourself.
okay. That's cool.
Defend the observatory from increasing difficulty waves of enemies attempting to detonate bombs. Between each wave, operators can spend cash to get items such as kill streaks, self revive kits, and armor plates.
Is it
Going
like a wave based thing?
Yes, and they increase every wave. Yeah, Modern Warfare 3, I love that mode in that one.
I do
I made
remember that.
video. That was another thing that I made videos with my little iPhone propped up. I went from Black Ops 1 to Modern Warfare 3 doing that. iPhone propped up, and I was 21st in the world for lockdown survival mode on Modern Warfare 3 by doing my method of just running around. It was lockdown was it was really good because there's a lot of corridors from the inside, and there was a point where you would have to shoot down a airship or something,
Mhm.
and so it was really nice that you could just peek out, lock on your missile, fire it, and go back inside before it kills you. But yeah, it did fucking damage. Same thing with having juggernauts and Vutnot. Bad situation. Infiltrate a town in the dead of night to uncover intel and evidence left behind
Oh, so they're
before
just like
exfiltration.
missions and stuff.
Yeah, and that one's a stealth mission. And there's one that is multiple SAM turrets. Um, yeah, multiple SAM turrets are preventing reinforcements from entering. With the help of a vehicle, navigate through the windy streets of a suburb to destroy them, then speed over to the exfil plane to escape. So probably one of us is driving, the other one is shooting. That'd be cool too. But yeah, in Spec Ops, operators will have access to a backpack to store equipment and one of three kits, which are like a set of perks, field upgrades, and kill streaks in multiplayer. Assault, medic, and engineer. Assault is a kit focused on increasing armor with an armor box field upgrade. Layer levels increase faster loadout item usage, increase armor capacity, and free stims included in your backpack. Medic is focused on quicker revives with a stim pistol field upgrade for ranged instant revives. So it's almost like Doc from Rainbow Six Siege. If you ever played that. Um, Layer levels include a free bomb drone, similar benefits to the double time perk, and free claymores and anti tank mines included in your backpack. And last but not least is engineer. Kit focus on better equipment usage with a snapshot pulse field upgrade to see nearby enemies. Later levels include the ability to automatically restock lethals and tacticals over time, the ability to carry extra equipment, and a free heartbeat sensor and spotter scope included in the backpack. So basically, you just get these backpacks
Do you think do you
or
think
these
this
kits.
stuff is gonna be something that people might play for like a little bit and then it's just gonna kind of everybody's gonna go back to Warzone or DMZ.
I mean, yeah, there's it's so much. Call of Duties are always like that. They're always hyped for whatever is going to come out, and then they either just play multiplayer or they just play Warzone. But Warzone 2 is now untethered from the actual game, so you don't actually have to download anything from Modern Warfare 2 to actually,
Well, that's
um,
been a thing for a while.
yeah, because I remember back in the beginning that they
Or
formally said
I don't
that.
know how it worked on consoles, but computer you were able to do that. You were able to separate.
console console you flat out had to that you had to get the base game downloaded, then you could play Warzone.
I remember that because I was playing with my sister's boyfriend, and he was like having to update so many different things
Yeah. You would have to update three different things because you would go through
just
Modern
to play
Warfare
Warzone.
just to go through Warzone,
Yeah,
and then you have to update that, and then yeah.
yeah. Battle.net,
But
you just unchecked something and you could like literally delete it.
that's so bad. I wish I was a computer nerd. But yeah, Modern Warfare 2, I really think, it'll be a good game. I think it'll be great for us. Um, I don't know. Modern Warfare 2 is definitely not my game. But I really hope Spec Ops is one of those things that you can just kind of like go in over and over again, and you kind of don't get tired of it. Almost like Zombies. Zombies was great. I miss I miss I miss good zombies, like Black Ops 3 zombies. They had
I never played Black Ops 3, so I actually know. I'd enjoy. I was a more Black Ops 2 zombies kind of person, and then
what was Black Ops 2 maps? Black Ops 2 was
there's the robot map was my favorite.
that robot map was good. Um,
The prison was pretty popular, and then Transit. A lot of people play Transit.
oh, dude, Transit. That was like five mini maps in one, and then you would actually play, and then those mini maps were also regular maps in the regular. Like you could keep playing it. They also had that zombie mode that was like it was like infection, but it was actual zombies. That was pretty good. I liked that from Black Ops 2. They
I
had
played Cold War had decent zombies too.
I liked Cold War. I liked how they implemented that you could level up your guns while playing zombies.
Yeah,
That was one.
that was really nice.
Yeah, that was one of my things they that they implemented. That was really good. Um, they had was it? I'm ready to see how long it lasts on Twitch. Modern Warfare 2. How long it's like it's gonna be
Like
number
not
one
Warzone, just everything else.
because
Yeah,
there's I do believe that there's going to be a point where they release those as two separate games.
that's Warzone and I don't think
Modern
so.
Warfare.
I
Well,
actually don't think so.
there's a lot more going into Warzone now that I mean, Warzone before was just this one map that w- went into more of a what was it? It was one map that went into a couple things. Now they have three different maps all
Oh, they're gonna have
upgraded.
rotation because right now the way we're at Warzone is only one map right now.
Well, they just upgraded the map to that jungle map, right? But it was
When
Verdansk at first, and then the second was
when Vanguard came out, they came up with that map.
they came up with that map, and
Which I
then
actually don't like. I didn't like the map that they're on right now. I can't
well,
remember what it's
I
called.
said three because I said it was they had um Verdansk, and then they had the other one, and then they had Rebirth Island.
Oh yeah, they still have Rebirth Island,
Yeah,
but that's like a mode. I
yeah,
wish they
that's
would,
the
if they would
solo
add
mode.
like Verdansk as a mode. I think a
That'd be
lot more
cool.
people would play it right now.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, can't stop coughing now. I don't know. I was never like a huge fan of Warzone. Um, I played it a decent amount, but not. It was more like a, oh, after work, let's play Warzone and get stomped on kind of thing. We would get close, but not anywhere near what like an actual victory. I mean, I prefer Apex over it, but that's just me.
I'm really curious to see what they're gonna do with DMZ because the problem with Warzone that I have is because of how open the map is. Um, when one of my friends and I played, we would play close quarters and we would win fights, but we would instant like the moment we stopped or like started doing anything, we would get third partied every time. That's the only way I died normally.
Oh yeah, that's a BR.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. I just wish the
Maybe
maps
that's
were a tad more dynamic.
how so.
Just um I don't know. I don't know how I would do it. I wish the maps weren't so predictable. Like I wish it was different when you went in, you know. That way people didn't know all the angles. You know what I mean?
True.
Cuz people like they get to a point where they just stay in one spot and they know exactly where people are going to go.
So what you want? What you want? Like Battlefield, where it's
Yes.
destructive environments.
Yes. Like that would be awesome if they implemented something like that in Warzone where you could change the map.
That would be cool.
That would be really cool.
They're coming out with that indie game that is like you
Oh
can
yeah,
destroy the whole Earth or whatever.
the low pixel one.
Yeah,
I can't
I
remember
forget
what it's
what it's
called.
called.
Yeah. That looks
it
I don't know if you've played that yet, but the gun play, the way the guns are in that game are really
yeah,
nice.
yeah. They
It looks like shit, but it plays really
no.
good.
I mean, I like low pixel stuff.
Yeah, it's
So
because your computer can run it.
hey, whoa, hey, yo. Okay, that's a little personal of attack. Um, no, I like low pixel stuff no matter what. Like even pixel art, like that goes back to Stardew. I mean,
Yeah,
I play Stardew on everything. Like I'll play on my Switch, even though the controls are better on my computer.
yeah.
Just because my computer can run it doesn't mean shit, jackass. um, but enough Call of Duty talk.
We're
That's
done with Call
coming
of
up in
Duty already?
yeah.
Didn't
I mean
even go into DMZ?
I'm not doing. We're not talking about Warzone or anything like that. That one, because they're gonna be changing stuff every fucking week. That I'm waiting for at least the first week to be done with it, so that way we can actually talk about any updates that they're implementing. What the first was with the because one of the things that I was gonna talk about with Overwatch that I wasn't gonna bring up, but was it would be cool to see because with Overwatch they're doing the new trend because Overwatch 2 just came out with new abilities with they're reworking multiple different heroes and yada yada. I go on TikTok and I see old school Overwatch like very first editions and it was Mercy had her mass res. It was fuck Bastion wasn't a turret. His ultimate was a what was his ultimate? His ultimate was you would run around as a cannon and shoot that. But then at the same time, his first iteration, like iteration, what's that word? Help me out, Brand. Inter
Iteration?
his yeah, thank you. That word. I like his first of that. Was he would go into turret mode and then he would shield. And he had
Oh,
a
I don't remember
shield.
that. I don't think I was playing back then.
The other ones were there's a lot. I might bring it up on the next podcast.
I know, being that we're on this subject, I know what we could talk about a little bit.
What?
When they introduced the PvE mode, they're making a talent system for each character.
Yes, I saw a
Do
little bit
you
of that.
do you think they're gonna branch that into PvP, where like if you level up your character in PvE and you have the talents, do you think they're gonna change, like make it so you can use those abilities in PvP?
No, I feel like that gives too much of an advantage.
Well, I think there would be a lot of different metas like that you could run. If you like, say you have like a full team of 5, you could
Yeah,
make the abilities, make the synergy between characters better.
100%. But
Like
I
that,
still
I
feel like
think that
if
would
you
make
don't,
Overwatch dynamic enough where it'd actually be interesting long term.
but that's coming from someone that will play Overwatch. Like, what's your maximum amount of hours you would play Overwatch for?
If they did it to where PvP could be dynamic enough with the talent system for PvE, I that would probably be one of my main games.
So then you come from I work 50 hours a week or more, and I still have my time to stream and whatnot. Yeah, I could do it, but they're probably gonna look at it as, oh, well, the people that aren't gonna implement
Are you saying
uh
like because you
like
could level
basic
up your character and be dominating in PvP? I think
like you're
I think they could make it where like maybe some broken abilities that work in PvE don't carry over to PvP, but maybe some like change how abilities work. Like don't make it so broken, but you could change how they work. Like May, instead of her little thing that goes down and does a circle, make it
yeah,
so like she has like a
snowball.
the snowball, like stuff like that, where like it's not completely broken, but it changed how the character works in PvP.
Yeah.
Like those talents could carry over, but not be so broken. You know,
Yeah, I still feel like they'll sit there and look at it as like,
like
well,
there'll be a lot of balancing issues, I think, but like I
yeah,
think if they could make the game where you could change the character that you're playing in PvP, other characters that are not meta could become meta. You know what I mean?
yes,
Just
yeah,
by
like
changing the talent.
yeah, like freaking Cassidy or whatever, freaking
Yeah, make it so you
doing.
could bring back flashbang and like actually counter.
Um, well, I mean, they can't, it would be a balancing issue. We both agree on that. But if
Yeah,
they can't do a goddamn balancing issue now, how many people are going to be
exactly.
taken out of the game?
That's what I mean. I just think that right now the problem with PvP Overwatch is they're only out of the how many characters we have, there are only 3 or 4 on each like tank, DPS, and heat support that are viable to climb rank in PvP.
Yeah,
If you change it to where you could change the like how the character plays, other characters are going to be more viable.
they,
Like say like Brig for support. Brig only works on certain maps
mhm,
and certain comps.
okay.
If you could change the ability, you can work other comps and the meta would completely change.
Well, yeah, metas completely
I
changing. I
hate
mean,
metas in games. I hate that there's only one, like really like Moira is obviously meta for support,
oh
right?
yeah,
And almost every comp and almost every map.
no matter what, you'll always see a Mora.
Well, you should. Like I mean other
Yeah,
like depending on the comp that you're running, you can always run like Zen and Lucio. Like they 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 can work depending on who you're playing with,
yeah,
both
who you're
character
playing
and
against.
person
Yeah,
playing the character. You can,
dude,
I
I
don't know.
had a hamster ball freaking on my team. Like, what was it this morning? I played one game this morning. It was a hamster ball with me. I said, "Dog, I haven't seen someone play a hamster ball." We were on
I've only seen it one
King
time since I've been
King's
playing.
Row. It goes from that you as soon as you walk out of spawn, there's that like London red bus, and then there's that circle, then there's that wall. You know what map I'm talking about? Is that
That's
King's
King's
Row?
Row,
You know
yeah.
that's King's
Hmm.
Row. So what he did was somehow he didn't get spotted went around up the stairs and then jumped across and went all the way up. And behind him, I think he like dropped down on top of him and then just started going. I think I was playing like Farah or something, and I was sitting there and I was just shooting my little missiles like pew 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 pew, and then next thing you know, freaking I was we took over that point, but like that was probably the best hamster I've seen in goddamn while.
Hamster has a relatively high skill cap, so you're either gonna get trash players or you're gonna get really good players.
Yeah, I can never get his grapple down, like his little grappling hook. Um, yeah, I can never get his grappling hook down. That's one of the obviously one of the major differences. Um, Speaking about people that can't get their shit together, Twitch. Twitch versus YouTube is the next little thing we're gonna be talking about. Um, I know me and you talked about it a little bit, and how I'm doing my like little 50-50 that I'm doing. Um, I just want to see what implementation will be. I'm just doing the 50-50 split, and after a month, I want to see everything: exposure, views, subscriptions for YouTube versus or follows for Twitch. Like, it's not a money aspect I'm looking at. I'm legitimately just looking at which one's going to be better for, because I'm definitely a small streamer. Which one's better for a small streamer? Um, from my own personal
What do you think?
perspective.
Like just based off of what you've only done a couple times
I've only
now.
I've only done technically two streams. I would only consider it one because last night I had to
Yeah.
take that phone call. But I mean, just looking at a day to day.
Maybe not just like based on numbers, like how does it feel? Like the interface, is it different?
Oh,
Like
100%.
does it, like what's better? Like what do you like better?
I can't give an accurate representation because of how, for the past, what month is it? October? 10 months? For the past 10 months, I've been streaming on Twitch for countless hours. And I prefer the Twitch creator like overlay where it has chat, everything that's been going on. Like, I prefer that over YouTube, because on YouTube it does give you the analytics right then and there, but it's a little bit, because it gives you average view time. And right now, I had 0 viewers in my chat, and it would constantly take up the average view time until someone came in. Then it would count just theirs. So it's like that's not really needed, per se, but at the same time, I understand why it's there. Um, I mean, user interface wise, I'm gonna go with Twitch. I mean, they've
How
b-
do
b-
um how do pre-roll ads work with YouTube?
I don't know. I am not monetized yet.
So you have no ads on your channel?
No ads. I have with monetization, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 100 watched hours.
Gotcha. That's for
So there,
monetization both on the channel itself and the
yes,
streaming? Like
yes,
those are not separate? Gotcha.
those aren't separated.
Interesting.
So I have, from what I understand, when I log in and I have my ad, I mean, I don't have an ad when I mean, I don't know if when you viewed my channel yesterday you got an ad, but
I think across the board, YouTube still has ads. You just don't get paid for them.
yeah.
So I don't actually know because I
I
use
don't
ad
know the
block.
exact percentage Twitch even has for ads, but I mean, I know that still most big name streamers only get paid off of paid advertisements. So the company has a contract with them, or it's from Twitch ads don't do anything for you.
What do you mean?
Or it's not like zero, but it's very minimum.
Twitch's ad revenue is 50-50 split.
Is it 50-50 split? Because
Mm-hmm.
they still had I still I need to bring it up before I say anything about it. But from what I understood, it was they would run ads maybe twice. This person would run ads twice, and they average 50 viewers per stream. And at the end of a month, they had maybe $12.
Yeah, it's not a lot. Like it's
That's what I'm
bait
saying.
because like you don't really start getting paid a lot until you have more people watching.
Yeah,
It's based on per people watching
yeah,
how much they add. And then you have to factor in like the people who are subscribed don't get ads. So you're
true.
technically
Losing
the
that.
people who sub technically take ad revenue away from you.
True.
So like
But
there's
as a
a whole
smaller streamer,
balancing
you
thing.
could technically get more money. But as a bigger streamer, you get less money.
Well,
Well, no.
it depends on how you look at it. Some people are only
Yeah,
subscribed for 1 month, but a lot of subscribers on big channels subscribe for X months, and
months
they
on
have a
months
lot
on
of
end.
people watching them as well. So
True.
yeah,
Well, I was. I mean, I remember what was it? 2019. It was 2019 to most recent was September 6th, 2022. Um, I'm gonna read off a list here of just people that switched over from Twitch to YouTube. I mean, it starts from November 5th, jumps to January. There's three in January, two in August, one in September. But it's like Courage JD, Valkyrie, Laser Beam, Muscle, Doctor Disrespect was kind of there's that
forced. Yeah.
controversy with yeah. Doctor Lupo, Tim the Tap Man, Ludwig. Speaking of Ludwig, we're gonna talk about him here in a second. Saikuno, Lily Pichu, Myth, Face, Swag, and Foosly. I can only guess there's some smaller streamers or whatever uh, that have switched over too. But I mean,
Do you understand why?
I got the general aspect, but if you want to refresh,
Um,
let you
well,
talk.
the big one that people don't really talk about is the fact that when you get Twitch partner, basically they tell you how many hours you have to stream to maintain partnership.
Oh,
So I don't know specifics, but I know like Dr. Lupo, for example. Um, the contract was like it was like 50 hours a week, 60 hours a week. Now, like with YouTube, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know specifics, so I'm just kind of going off of like my memory, which is you know how that is. But
got
yeah, like it's like I know it's a fraction of what he had like was required. You can stream more.
yeah,
But the nice thing about streaming
but that
on
was
YouTube,
minimum.
right, is you not only have the live, but you all your VODs are saved forever.
Yeah,
So like he's not only getting views from and you still make ad revenue. That's the thing. Like when I'm pretty sure if you watch clips and stuff, you don't get ad revenue on Twitch. You make ad revenue on YouTube still.
hmm, interesting.
So there's that. Um
Well, Ludwig, the reason why I wanted to talk about this too and start doing it in my project personally was because I rewatched on TikTok. It got brought up for Ludwig's story. That was he
he
flipped a
sent
coin,
he sent
and
he
it
sent
was
emails to both, right? Or something like that.
yeah. So he flipped a coin, and it landed on Twitch. even though YouTube was paying him. His contract with YouTube was double the offer for Twitch.
Hmm.
He said that he
The
was
money's not
basically,
important at that point, though.
yeah. Well, he sat there and he told YouTube, he was like, "Hey, you know, it's nothing against you guys." They instantly said, "Here's another 20%." They did other things to try to spark him, be like, "Hey, like, come on over," and he basically was like, "No, I need to go with Twitch." Well, then that brought up the thing of saying, "Hey, he went on a call with Twitch and was like, 'Hey, I'm going with YouTube,' and they basically just said, 'Bye.'"
Yep.
And so
Yep.
that was his little no fight incentive to go over to Twitch,
Or YouTube.
or to yeah, to go over to YouTube, and how that was all done. Which he's done so many things that it's just so funny that he's done it. Like someone logged in on his computer to stream in his room, like another like Twitch viewer or Twitch streamer, and it was still logged in when he started streaming. And so he streamed on that person's account from his room by accident. And he was like, it was like for like a minute. He was like, "Oh God!" And like then he went back to streaming on YouTube. The other thing was, what was the other thing? He kept saying like, "Hey, thanks for the subscription." When it was like a what is it on YouTube? It's not a subscription. It's a it's not a super
Membership.
chat membership. Except for a
Hmm.
membership, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, thanks for the sub," and he'd be like, "No, the membership. Thanks for the membership, man."
Yeah.
That was yeah, but I don't know. I feel like with everything going on, I feel like Twitch will still be around. YouTube just a
I
powerhouse.
think YouTube right now, it wouldn't take a lot of implementation of certain features that Twitch does
Hmm.
into YouTube, and to make you to basically YouTube has like the power in their hands to take a ton of people from Twitch. It's only a matter of time.
Hmm.
Or, and it might go the other way. Twitch could be like, smart up and be like, we're gonna introduce better. Well, I mean, they've already done some discoverability stuff, improvements that are actually like decent, but not near what YouTube's discoverability is.
Yeah,
As far as like how impressions, like look at the impressions that you were looking at. Like it's not a lot, but
but it's
you're
still
you're you're popping up more on people's feeds than you would ever do on Twitch, because
on
the
Twitch.
only way to find people on Twitch is if they're
For
on the front page, which is takes a lot of people to watching to do that.
yeah, you never see
And
someone with like 30 viewers on the
yeah,
front page.
and then people just scrolling games, right?
Yeah,
But on the YouTube side, if you are trying to find somebody, it's harder to find live streams. All
oh yeah,
YouTube would have to do is do something similar to Twitch, where they can scroll games, like specific games and stuff like that. People would go to YouTube, honestly. It wouldn't take a lot.
I believe if you I'll try it out real fast because yeah, you can filter out lives. So you can just look at live channels if you like really were looking at something for YouTube. Um
It takes a lot of work to actually find specific people, though, unless you're like literally
oh,
going
for
to their channel.
specific people, yeah, that's
Or
unless you're going
n-
specifically to their channel, that's
yeah,
Did you see Dr. Lupo? Dr. Lupo
his
doesn't
thumbnails are nuts,
his
dude.
his thumbnails are nuts, but like
So does
how
Doctor
he's
Disrespect. It was the
oh
first person to start doing that, but yeah.
that Dr. Disrespect,
I,
man.
I'm pretty.
He's
I'm very much convinced that the person who does Lupo Tim's and Doctor Disrespect's thumbnails are all the same person.
he has to be. They're too like they're too similar to not be. Tim has fucking his thumbnails are crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, he also looks a lot better in his thumbnails than what. There's also this. So there's the best I can describe it is old cartoons um with Doctor Disrespect, Tim, and Franklin the Turtle, and the thumbnail is just them in a forest, but it's them as like cartoon characters. So there's one with the Simpsons, there's one with Fred Flintstone, and what's the other guy's name? Barry?
Barry?
Yeah, not Fred, but who's
Oh, dude, I don't remember. I haven't watched Flintstones in forever.
but yeah. Those thumbnails are too good. I'm trying to step up my thumbnail game. You've been seeing them. They've definitely went
Thumbnails
from
are tough to like get right.
yeah because yeah. I mean
You need to
I've
start
tried with
drawing
some thumbnails.
arrows.
Oh God. Or just what I do is just do
Just do like a I found this glitch and point to like a rant like something that has to do with the glitch maybe.
I'm just gonna open up MS Paint and just those are gonna be my thumbnails. It's just me drawing, trying to draw. It'd be like the most horrible drawing ever. That's what I'm gonna do for the thumbnail for this. I'm gonna just do me and you on two screens. That's gonna be our thumbnail for this video.
Wait, what? For this video?
Yeah, for this video, fuck it. No, we'll go with our normal thumbnail. But yeah, they seeing. I wish Twitch would improve quality of life for exposure. Um, I'm just saying, obviously, like there's people made it big on Twitch through exposure on different aspects and different websites and whatnot, but also
I
on
literally think the only reason Twitch is losing things is cuz they keep going backwards.
yeah, I can see that.
They're losing people because they keep making decisions for profits, for their profits, and not, doing things for the creator.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. When I heard because I mean, everyone, it's like having a bad manager. Twitch is basically just saying everyone's expandable. You are nothing for us except for a person to pay and for you to do this portion of the job that we will overmanage. It's like, no. How about not? And so when people leave Twitch and go to YouTube, they say, "Hey, I found the same job, but it's under better management." Then Twitch is like, "Oh, how dare you? Oh my god." I mean, look at,
Oh, look at all that I've done for you.
it's
Yeah.
you can't watch people on Twitch anymore when you live stream on YouTube. Can't even play with them.
No, you can't. You just can't. Just not people who are banned.
Why couldn't Tim play with Dr. Lupo?
Well, they're on the same. They could. Tim couldn't play with Doctor Disrespect.
He couldn't play with Dr. Lupo when he was because Dr. Lupo went on no Courage. That's who it was.
I don't know, but
Yeah,
like
then
I
that might be a
literally
personal
like
thing.
because Lupo plays with Amethyst. It's like
Who?
today. She's a female. It's a female streamer.
I don't follow female streamers. I'm all for the men.
Shit. Here we go. End of podcast. We're already getting
And
into controversial cancel culture shit.
yeah, dude, cancel culture. I have to do one per day. One that's like kind of
Oh my
mild, but like
gosh.
not too much. No, I
There's
love female
not there's
streamers.
not a
I love.
female streamer that you watch that isn't like porn,
There you go. There, I was waiting for that one.
like that are actually like gamers. You don't watch any female gamers?
I'll watch Valkyrie sometimes, and I'll watch Foosly sometimes.
The only female streamers that I watch play Tarkov. Because most of the girls who play Tarkov are like more down to earth and not like flexing their body. They're
Hey,
just
hey,
playing the
they're
game.
assets. They are assets. Thank you. No, I'm trying to think of the last video I watched from a female. Give me a second. Let me go to my. I'm going to my YouTube right now. Oh, it was a Pokemon video. Okay, well, that works. Sure. Pokemon was the last one I.
Of female streamers that flex their body, she I feel like is a little bit more modest than most.
Oh, there was one from 2 days
But
ago. I watched Cutie Cinderella. There you go. That works.
gotcha.
Yeah, she Pokemon and Cutie don't really flex that much.
Yeah. They're like I said, they're more modest than most that are
Yeah,
doing Twitch for obvious reasons.
yeah, yeah.
Well,
That's the end of stream.
is it?
I have nothing else.
Okay.
That's the end of stream. That really was awesome. That's the end of stream. Ba, ba, da, ba, ba.